Did I change my mind about leave-ins? Let me give you a little quick flashback to my stance or my previous stance on leave-ins. Honestly, I don't even remember the last time I used a leave-in since I started doing this, and leave-ins are so optional and we don't talk about it enough. They are not needed. Hi, my name is Destiny of It's True Destiny, and I tried leave-ins for 6 weeks, and here are my thoughts. So what exactly is a leave-in? A leave-in is usually categorized as a lightweight moisturizing cream. It usually helps with shine, softness, and manageability of the hair. Why did I initially stop using leave-ins in my routine? If you're new here, I don't use any raw oils and butters in my hair. I haven't used raw oils and butters in my hair for about 3 years now, and I probably wouldn't change much about my routine, but I was definitely curious about the whole leave-in conversation that was coming into the natural hair community surrounding should leave-ins be included underneath your stylers. My typical wash day routine includes me shampooing, conditioning, and styling my hair with water-based products. I tend to look for stylers with hold in mind, which means that leave-ins don't necessarily fit into my equation for a wash day. Why did I want to try leave-ins again? Well, I definitely wanted to try leave-ins because of the recent controversy around using stylers by themselves could be potentially damaging for the hair, and I wanted to revisit leave-ins just to make sure that I was, still open to the idea of, tweaking my routine a little bit to see if it was something that would work for me. I typically use base gels in place of a leave-in for my styling, and I kind of was curious to see if I could potentially opt out of that styler in my routine. Plus, I decided to try leave-ins because there was one tight curl specialist that I saw on YouTube that she said she really enjoyed using a particular leave-in for some of her tight curl clients, and I'll link that video below if you're curious about checking out this creator and their salon experience. That particular stylist in that video really appreciated the qualities that Kinky Curly's Not Today could offer, so I decided to use that product for my leave-in experiment in place of a Curly Magic. So I used 2 leave-ins during this experiment, and I used Not Today for 5 weeks, and I used the Amika Hydra Rush leave-in conditioner for 1 week, and I only used it for 1 week because I did not care for it. I have used both of these leave-ins in the past, but I definitely wanted to revisit them and analyze them in this way for my leave-in experiment. We can start off with the Amika Hydra Rush leave-in conditioner first. I feel like this was best for brushing out your curls if that was something that you wanted to do. I enjoyed using this product for like brushing my hair out to make it an afro like I did for a Studio 54 party last year. I will have that video linked below if you're curious about that, but I really enjoy using that product in that sense to kind of help with the manageability of my hair, but to put it underneath a wash and go in place of using a base gel just wasn't really in the equation for me, and it didn't really add anything to my style. It didn't really do anything for me. I also tried Kinky Curly's Not Today, and I really enjoyed it for specific aspects of what the product could offer my wash and go, and I'll break down all the combos that I tried in just a second, but I truly did enjoy using it in place of Curly Magic in some instances. I decided to compare Not Today and Curly Magic because, one, they have very similar ingredients. Although the formulation is not the same, Not Today is a bit more creamier, they still have very similar ingredient list. Not Today is really good for your hair if you are trying to detangle with it outside of the shower. I feel like it's a great product for that. It also provides a little bit of weight to the hair, so it allows for a little bit of elongation. However, it doesn't really truly help in the definition department like a Curly Magic would. It has a bit of difficulty capturing your curl pattern because that's not what the formulation was made for. I'm also comparing these two products because Curly Magic is one of my go-to, if not my go-to botanical gel that I use for my base application for my wash and go progress. This leave-in has to outperform that gel for me to continue to use it in my day-to-day wash day routine. I experimented with this leave-in in multiple videos on the channel, so if you're really interested in it, I'll have all those videos linked below in the description box for you as well. But I initially used this leave-in with the brand's Curling Custard to see how it performed with the brand, with the system it's supposed to work with, and I really enjoyed it, and there's no real surprise there because they were formulated to work together in that combo. I also use this leave-in with my typical wash day, in place of my typical wash day trio, which would be Curly Magic, the I Create Hold, and the We Dye Anti-Humidity Gel, or the Trepador Bamboo Ginseng Gel. I loved it. I loved using Not Today in place of Curly Magic, and there's a few reasons why. I enjoyed the elongation that I got from Not Today. The I Create Hold gel along with the Trepador Bamboo Ginseng Gel or the We Dye Anti-Humidity Gel have a really strong hold, so I didn't need Curly Magic to help capture my curl pattern in the shower. So it was really nice to use that combination to kind of cut down on the extended dry time that I have when I do use Curly Magic under the dryer. And I won't say that is a ton of time, but 20 minutes that you don't have to be underneath the hooded dryer sounds pretty nice to me. I got really close to my desired result when it came to Not Today, and I think with a bit more experimenting I could achieve the exact same result with less drive time, and that is truly appealing to me because at the end of the day I'm not trying to spend an extended period of time on my hair, so anything that can cut back a little time I truly appreciate in my wash day routine. Speaking of short dry times, I also tried this leave-in with a foam. I paired it with the Innocence I Create Definition Styling Foam, which is a relatively medium, almost stronghold foam. The longevity of this set was definitely impacted by layering a leave-in underneath that. If that is a look that you were trying to go for, because I Create Definition has a very strong, stringy ramen noodle-esque look to it sometimes, so it can be hard to style with that foam. It definitely has a stronger learning curve than other foams on the market, and I could definitely see pairing this leave-in with that combination could help you out a little bit, but for me it's just not a necessity, and I just didn't really care for the look. I definitely appreciated the dry time that this combination offered in place of using Curly Magic with I Create Definition, but the hold was definitely impacted by this set, and I don't know if it was necessarily worth it for me and my personal preferences and lifestyle. Will I start incorporating more leave-ins into my routine? Will I wander off and start experimenting with more leave-ins in my typical wash day process? Leave-ins are still very optional for me. It truly just depends on the finish I want for my hair. Curly Magic does offer a little bit of shine to the hair, so if I'm okay with my hair being a little matte underneath my other stylers, then that is something that I would reach towards. I will only use leave-ins really under stronger hold products, if I'm being honest with you. I would only use leave-ins if I was a little stressed for time, if I wanted a little long elongation to my hair without the added dry time that Curly Magic offers. Leave-ins as a whole is a no for me, but I definitely would repurchase a Not Today. I enjoyed using it in place of Curly Magic for my typical wash a day, wash and go routine. I enjoyed it, so I definitely would repurchase it. But I don't see myself buying any other leave-ins that I see on the market currently, especially because my typical styling is a wash and go, and it probably will forever be a wash and go. But Not Today offers a lot of humectants, and it doesn't lead to a lot of buildup, and it has a very similar ingredient list to Curly Magic. The price comparison with these two products is not too far off. It really kind of just depends on personal preference, but I will say that I probably would go through Not Today a tad bit more quicker. When it comes to the price comparison, Uncle Fucky's Daughter Curly Magic is about $1.29 per fluid ounce, but it really just depends on the retailer. Like at Target, it's $1.29 per fluid ounce for me personally, but at CVS is about $1.67 per fluid ounce, where Not Today is about, let me do the math real quick, is about $1.62 per fluid ounce at Sally's. Okay, listen, I am not a curl specialist, I'm not a cosmetologist, but I would caution against heavily relying on leave-ins in hopes that it will aid in moisture. Water is true hydration. I just want to put that out there as a reminder. Water is true hydration, meaning your hair will be moisturized by going through the whole wash day process, by shampooing, conditioning, and styling and setting your hair. I just want to let that be known. If you want to see my whole wash day routine, I'll have that linked in the description for you as well. If you like this type of content, make sure that you go ahead and like and subscribe. I do these types of videos all the time. I love being very intentional about my hair care and my hair care practices, and I love sharing it with you all. So go ahead and make sure that you like and subscribe, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Bye y'all.